Because we said so.
Hot grits. Hot grits.
Grits and Glory.
Hot grits.
Episode 20.
Pick 'em
Because
up.
we said so.
Hey, because we said so. We the number one black culture podcast because we said so. Hey, because we said so. Hey,
Because we said so.
don't make me tell you again. This will be your beginning and your end. Your alpha and your mega and your player like Sega. Don't make me bust your friend. Up with the player 2 stick.
What?
Coming through real slick.
What?
Burn you like some hot grits. Don't get split up like a big banana. I'll rip off your bandana. I don't really wanna have no problems knocking you into manana. Excuse me, that's mine, Yana. Make it hot just like a sauna. Stepping up to Grits and Glory and the other podcast gonna be a Ghana. Cause we said so. Y'all don't have to know. Cause we said so.
Because
What you
we said
looking at
so.
me with your head for?
I don't like it.
Hey.
Because we said so.
It's because we said it. Don't make me call a medic. We don't have to do this. I'm freestyling, don't have to edit. When I come through, don't make your king get beheaded. We come through, don't make your girl get bedded. Probably shouldn't say that, but fool, I said it, cause I said so.
Yeah.
And I really don't get it.
Forget it.
No, y'all really don't get it.
Get it.
I got a style you can't mimic.
Mimic.
Don't forget it, forget it.
Get it.
We coming hot, it's the Grizzlies.
Said so.
Grits and Glory, episode 20, cause we said so.
Because we said so.
Episode 20, ready to go, cause we said so.
Because we said so.
It's about intention, our intention, cause we said so.
Because we said so.
Go on and fade it out, producer Matt, cause we said so.
Because we said so.
Fade that out, man.
For real.
Because we said so.
Man, you gotta fade that out, Matt.
Please. Because we said so.
Matt, you better fade that out, bro.
Come on, man. Because we said so. Oh, man.
Because we said so. All right.
You damn
Certified
right.
platinum. Certified platinum.
That was fun, man.
I'm a grown man now. But
Man.
when I was a young boy, my father sat me down and he said, son, I'm going to tell you like my father told me. As long as you got some grits, you'll never go hungry.
That's
This
true.
is the Grits and Glory podcast, episode 20.
20 episodes, man.
Prepare to be fed
Man, let's...
because we said so.
Because we said so. 20 times.
20 times, man.
20.
Yeah,
The
man.
number one black culture podcast is consistent.
Back.
Hashtag 20.
Hashtag
20.
20, yeah.
Bente. hit you with a hot bente
Nice.
because we said so.
That's right. That's real, man.
Oh, man. I'm on it. Like, that may have been the greatest intro.
Man, it felt good, so,
That was a lot of fun.
Because
It's
you,
good being
because you
intentional
said
with
so.
it.
Because I just said it.
Yes,
Because I
yes,
said so. Because we said so. So that is, we've been talking a lot about Black history and really, Black culture. We changed Black History Month to Black Culture Month.
Yeah.
Finishing up February, we've been talking a lot about Black culture, and now we're gonna get into intention because we said so. But I didn't even introduce everyone. Hey, I'm your host, Juan Grits.
The Don Juan.
We have Sean B.
That's Beezy.
That's Beezy,
That's beast.
the smooth one. Like he came in here looking like, Malcolm X in Harlem.
Brother Malcolm.
Like he looked like before El Haj Malik El Shabazz. Like he looked sharp and ready for winter, like ready for a New York winter, like still be sharp. Like
I
like how
appreciate
Wesley
that.
Snipes and Eddie Kane was dressed in Sugar Hill.
That's
how he came in.
Hey, that's like poster boy.
Go look that up on Netflix or something like
Google
that.
that.
This man came sharp, dressed to impress. This
appreciate
man
you,
is
man.
always about business.
Comfortable, man.
Always about business.
Good
And
to be
then-
in the presence of brothers like Brother Wisdom.
Yeah, and then now we have to get to the wisdom. That wise oak.
Hey, I'm...
Captain Hook coming up with all the hottest hooks
Yeah.
for our intros.
Yeah, man. He's the root.
Spur of the moment.
The
man.
root,
What's
man.
going on, folks?
They call him EA, Edwin Adone, Ghanaian Super-Saiyan.
Wow. The Ghanaian Super
The
Saiyan.
Man,
Ghanian
there it
Super-Saiyan is here in the building, and of course we have
Ghanian Super-Saiyan.
producer.
Hey, that's
producer
legend
Matt,
right
the
there. That's
Ghanian
it.
Super Saiyan.
That's it. There it is.
We got to put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, we got you.
If
That's
Shaq
one
was
of his
here,
AKAs.
he'd say, "Underdog, put that on a T-shirt." That's the Ghanian Super Saiyan. We got to put that on a T-shirt, and we
Yeah,
got
that's real.
producer Matt.
Always
We
an
have
awesome.
producer Matt. We have producer Matt. You're keeping us coming through live through your
Your speakers.
the speakers
Yeah.
here. And so man, we've been really diving deep into Black. We talked
We've been
about
tripping out, man.
Cap.
Yeah.
We talked about
Win
Black
for the culture.
love,
Win
Black
for the
love,
culture. Win for the culture.
Black Culture Month versus Black History Month.
That's a win for the culture too. We coined it.
I agree. Oscars was a big. Do we want to touch on that? The Oscars were a big moment.
Yeah.
Were they a big moment in
That's
Black
a win,
culture?
I believe. Yeah. For me.
A
Yeah.
lot of black people won
Brother
that
Spike Lee.
Long
yeah.
overdue, man. Long overdue. And he has so many movies that he could have won an Oscar.
Oh
for.
man.
You know,
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, Do the Right Thing. Mo Better Blues is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I like all his movies.
School Days.
Bamboozled.
Bamboozle is a like
That's one of my favorite
Bamboozle
movies.
is so culturally relevant right now.
Oh my gosh.
It's not even
Matt,
funny.
you better make sure you watch that movie, buddy. Bamboozled.
So guess what? Guess what we have to say about this whole Gucci thing? You want to talk about this whole Gucci thing? Guess what we have to say about it? Watch Bamboozle. That's all we
Yeah.
have to say about it.
Dude,
So here's
Google it.
So Spike Lee did win for Black Klansman, correct? Black Klansman.
Black Klansman.
And it was excellent. That movie,
You
I
seen
saw
it?
it. Yeah.
I finally saw it last week.
That was
and I
like
enjoyed it.
Denzel's son too.
I'm embarrassed.
yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
But do you think that that Black Klansman was Spike Lee's best work?
It was a real
That you-
story. No, I mean, I think it was just up to date Spike. I think he got a good handle on getting into the now when he did She's Gotta Have It. He kind of like helped remake She's Gotta Have It,
the Netflix series or the movie?
the Netflix series.
Okay.
I think it's it's a series though.
Yeah.
So it was on Netflix, I think.
Right. Yeah, it was on Netflix.
It was
the
originally
the
a movie.
No,
Right.
not the movie, but the
Right.
Netflix series. That's kind of like a redo of the movie, but the movie was
Correct.
live too.
Right. That was his first one.
You know, I mean, I'm a Spike fan, but I think that helped bring him into the now. So Black Klansman was done like with a modern flair, but it was still Spike. Like you could,
Yeah.
you know, he has that director, like the pan in to the, you know, the only way he can do it.
And you got that still yet you're
crane,
moving.
Yeah, the crane shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crane
the still
shot
move-
where
yeah.
where you're connected on the crane. So the still moving crane.
But that's
shot.
we know that's Spike, right?
Right.
You know?
Spike, yeah.
Signature.
But you know what I think? I feel he's underrated
Yeah,
as a writer.
he's just deep.
You know, because he writes. You know, a lot of his best movies he's written. You know, he wrote "Do the Right Thing." He wrote
Do you
"She's
think that's
Gotta Have
because?
It."
Do you think that's because he's on the side of the NBA? Then he's such a super Knicks fan. Do you think that kind of shadows a little bit of his? I mean, that's kind of like his celebrity too? Like he's an awesome, dope movie maker, but when I see Spike, he's on the side of the basketball court at the Knicks game. Like,
I mean, that's a big
So loyal.
part of his persona, kind of like almost like Jack Nicholson used to be at the Lakers game.
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Do you
stuff
think
like
people
that.
consider that when considering his artistry, or
No,
No.
okay?
No.
Just throwing that. That's food for thought. I don't know.
I
you
just
know?
think for the most part when he writes, so we're talking about She's Gotta Have It, Do the Right Thing, School Days, Jungle Fever, Mo Better Blues.
yeah.
When he writes, and it's all his story, it's very uniquely Bamboozle. It's very uniquely black. Like it's very black, and it's so black that I think a lot of folks can't grasp it.
What
he has
is
more-
it so
he has-
black? You mean? What do you mean you can't grasp it? Do you mean it makes people uncomfortable?
Not even that it makes them uncomfortable, but that it doesn't appeal to them.
Do you think he's supported by the so-called community?
For the most
Enough?
part, yes.
Spike.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. So, but like, then he has like movies like Inside Man.
That was his.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I don't
Inside Man.
I don't think I've seen that.
Inside Man, Miracle at St. Anna,
Uh huh.
and movies like Black Klansman, Son of Sam, movies like that where he's He directs,
He's
but he didn't.
He's
he
big
didn't,
time.
He
His
didn't fully
catalog
write.
is
He didn't
huge.
fully write those. He adopted other people's stories.
And
Young boy, old man, or whatever. Old boy.
He stays working.
I forget them.
Yeah, he's working.
And people don't know. I think he also had an involvement in New Jersey Drive. I think New Jersey Drive.
I think he might have had.
Yeah, like he had some involvement with that because I
He
know
was like a producer or something.
Yeah,
Well, I thought he directed Clockers.
yeah. He did do Clockers. Yeah, he was
Dang,
Clockers, yeah.
you got the in-depth knowledge of these.
Clockers, because that's Clockers is based on a book.
Okay.
You know, so he didn't write those. So that, like, what I'm saying is his more commercial success movies are usually the ones that he doesn't write, with the exception of Black.
Well, you know.
But still, Black Klansman is based on someone else.
But some of his story. Okay,
Yeah.
so his stories. Okay, I see what you're saying. I
You
got
see what I'm saying?
I got you.
So like for like, she's got to have it. Like he created Mars Blackman. That's his character.
Mars.
You know, for Mo Better Blues.
Yo, it's Mars.
Bleak Gilliam and Shadow Henderson. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those are some black names.
Shadow Henderson.
Shadow Henderson.
That almost
Shadow
sounds.
Henderson.
I don't know if
That
I
was
know
the
nobody named Shadow.
That was
Like-
a saxophone player played by Wesley Snipes.
Okay. Oh man. Well, yeah.
Shadow Henderson. So anyway, so that's a win. That's a push forward in the culture. We had this whole. We talked about Kaepernick. What else happened? Black History Month, Black Culture Month. Oh, we had this whole.
A lot happened. A lot happened, man. Some stuff I just.
So this is how we, and I don't know if I wanted to steer into our topic so early, but
I mean, by all means, if you
but
go in
this
there.
is how we can touch. Well, we'll just give it a tap. We'll touch on the topic. Is this whole there's this Jussie Smollett thing?
I knew you were going there.
has been going on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
and so because we said so. So because we said so is the title of this pod, and it's an expression of intention.
Yeah.
Because you make up your mind,
What you gonna accept and what you just not
right?
gonna.
What you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do.
Yeah.
Then you speak on it,
Mm-hmm.
and you say it.
You do it.
and then you do it.
You live by it.
You speak it, that cements it. Then you do it, right? Then you live by it, right?
That's law.
And so it's about intention.
Yeah.
And our raw law for today, we got fresh new raw laws been cooking for you.
Mm.
Our raw law for today is the universe rewards intention.
I believe it.
The universe rewards intention. Life rewards intention. For you religious folks, God rewards intention.
Is that you got to take one step or two steps? You got to invest. You got to be intentional.
Well, you have to
in your walk.
You have to aim at your target before you can hit it.
Dang, so you saying aim at your target like you busting off a shot? Is that what you're doing?
You know, aim at your success. It could be a positive thing.
He turned it into
You could be.
He turned it into a gangster moment.
You could be tossing it. I should have did. For those that's watching live, I did like the trigger finger.
You gotta aim.
I should have did like a bow and arrow or just like point.
Yo,
I should have done
you
the
just
trigger
straight
finger.
up
I went. At least I ain't turned it sideways like old school, like Menace to Society or something like that. Old school. But
yeah, but be intentional, man. You gotta
be intentional. So this whole Jussie Smollett thing, I've intentionally
ignored it. Probably.
Yes,
me too.
I've intentionally avoided it.
As have I.
I don't know the details.
No, I knew. Hey, look, I'll say this.
What are the details?
I don't know the details. I know what I feel.
You know the details.
I don't know. How would I know the? Why would I know the?
Just give us the deets.
I think it's what we. I figure what we probably know. He's going to trial, right? But it's like mounting evidence against him. I know that. I don't know all the details. I just didn't believe his story.
Mounting evidence.
I didn't believe the story. But it's not,
what's the story?
Whatever.
Just give us a low-key recap.
I just first of all, it ended up this way as I hear it. Because I've been ignoring it kind of. I'm like,
intentional.
I've been intentional about ignoring it, but it kind of penetrates, right? You can't kind of run away from it.
It permeates.
It permeates. I mean, like I'm on CNN watching about what the current president isn't doing, and is doing too much of, And then the Jussie Smollett thing pops up, like they put it in your face. So when I first initially heard the story, I'm like, wow, it's 40 below in Chicago. Like, who's outside? And when the basic information came out, I'm like, dang, he must have been really hungry going outside for some Subway. Because Chicago is crazy cold.
Where does Subway?
I
feel like
know.
Subway is not.
But look, after he got beat up,
where does Subway?
He still had his sandwiches, Ron. He still had his sandwiches. The report is
I'm sorry, man.
He still had his sandwiches. After you getting beat up, his story is not believable. Like look, he saved his sandwiges. He had 2 sandwiches while calling on the phone. Like, I was just like, bro, this is a crazy story. No, you're fighting off attackers, one attacker, one. And it's like, wait, and you're using one hand to hold your sandwiches?
That's like some Jackie Chan. That's a Jackie Chan move.
Did he throw his sandwiches in the air and then
do a sandwich at dude? Hold this. And dude caught it. Then he hit him with a 2-piece.
But he got the rope off.
He hit him with a 2-piece
with one hand.
Then he grabbed the sandwich back, flipped him.
But see,
and then hit the elbow.
Oh, man. See, that's why I was like, this will all come out. I'm like, I won't even waste time trying to figure this out. It's confusing. I'm like, this will come out. We'll see.
And according to the story, because I was watching when he was on ABC or whatever morning show or whatever, and he was talking about how he got attacked, and he said it felt like 5 minutes or whatever, but it was like 30 whatever. It was quick, and then when they left, he was on the phone with his manager. I think it was his manager, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!"
When they left,
there was a rope around my neck.
How did it get there?
Right, that's what he was saying. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he said he smelled like bleach or something. He smelled like there was like some fluid on him.
So when you first heard that, what did you feel?
I mean, first thing I was like, in my head, I was like, why? Usually when
you had questions, Brother Wisdom.
Yeah, the question was, I mean, okay, they threw bleach on you, like
what?
Like to
in
me,
40 below weather, like 40. Who's throwing bleach?
And I don't know
who's just roaming the streets with bleach,
throwing bleach
if you're not
minus
gonna like
40 degrees.
Honestly, when he said there was some fluid on him and he smelled like bleach, I thought that it was like somebody put like gasoline, like it was some there was something actually like on him, like to do some harm, and he's like, "Oh, I smell bleach on me and there's a rope around my neck
and I still got my sandwiches though."
See, I didn't know he still had his sandwiches.
That's what they said.
I didn't know.
It's verified and confirmed that he still had his sandwiches. That's the most amazing part of this story.
That's
the best part of this story.
He still had his sandwiches.
Is that even though Jussie might have lost, Subway won.
That Brandon is strong in it.
We know that. Like
sandwiches so touch.
Our sandwiches will
stay with you.
Stay fresh through a hate crime.
Hey, our sandwiches stick with you.
Stay fresh through a fake hate crime.
Man.
Or is it or alleged? I don't know.
We'll figure it out. But I just don't. I know that it doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I didn't
the
get
physics
it
of it. I don't know.
Because honestly, when I heard about it, I was wondering like, why are people saying he faked it? I was thinking, why were people saying that? But then as the story was going on, as I heard it from him, and then everything coming together, I was like, yeah, that's just, I mean, there really is a lot happening at that weather at that particular period of time.
There's a lot
with
going
the rope.
On. There's a lot going on.
With the rope, the bleach, the
I'm glad I didn't jump to
the
conclusions.
MAGA. Did they say they were wearing hats?
He
the
said
Make America Great hats.
Quote, this is MAGA country.
But then the people that they caught were black Nigerian. Like they were like,
you can be a.
It's like it doesn't make any sense.
But can you be a Nigerian MAGA supporter?
Make America great again.
And then he said when they were across the street, they called him they didn't say his name. They said they said Empire. They said, "Hey, Empire."
And he just was like
it just doesn't.
He was like, "Yeah, let me come sign an autograph."
He was like, he normally doesn't respond by Empire.
It's too much. It's too much. I don't know. It's too much.
It doesn't make.
That's why I was intentional about not really getting into it.
Well, this is why I was intentional about not getting into it. Why is this a big story? Why is this? Right. Why is this top of the news? People lie every day, B.
Man,
Well,
You know what I mean? The president lies every day.
there's the reasons that there's some legitimate reasons
Why
why
is
it's
this-
newsworthy.
And why? What's the outrage about?
Oh,
I
people,
don't think it's really. I don't know if it's necessarily an outrage. I think.
Oh, I've seen.
I mean, it's when I mean outrage. What I mean is like I think people are. I don't know. I think considering what he was trying to, I guess, put together,
get
you know,
attention.
it almost put like when if something happened to you as a black person, something happened, you want people to believe you, and a lot of times people say, "Are you sure that really happened, or did that really happen to you?" And to have him,
Or
with
women.
this whole ordeal,
Like crying,
and
is it
it's-
like crying wolf?
right? And they made it up. Now I think for black folks, it's like, dude, why would you do that? Because we struggle just to have people believe us. You have a platform where people at least kind of listen. You're on Empire, and this is what you do. It makes what we go through, like, in a sense, like people are like, well, are you sure that white people when things happen to us, they're like, oh, are you sure that happens all the time?
Was it really what you thought it was?
Stuff like and,
Pretty much like that.
different circumstances that kind of are similar to that.
I'm glad I don't even watch Empire, so that's probably why I was another thing
I don't
why I
watch
just
that
like,
either.
oh,
No.
So
But was he representing black people in this scenario?
God.
well, I think. Well, okay, that's.
Do you feel? What does your gut tell you?
I see what he's saying.
Yes, I do believe he in some level.
Are black people outraged?
I don't know.
Nah,
I couldn't
Because
say
he's
that
like,
part.
because
I think more shocked. I think people are not that shocked.
Because is he not? He's right now. He's like, he's the poster boy for two different.
Right.
You got blacks and you got LGBT or how
LGBTQ.
You say blacks,
Yeah.
the black people. You
the
got
blacks,
black people.
a pack of blacks. Don't put any space between that B and the L. Blacks.
All right. So yeah, you say he's representing basically two flags here.
Right.
Two groups.
So who's really like outraged?
I think everybody's pretty much outraged. I mean, according to media standards.
Right. Yeah.
But for me, I'm not shocked. I'm not necessarily surprised. I'm seeing everything these days. It's like we're in the age of anything goes, I feel, a little bit.
I think I'm like we're in an age of where anything goes, and then you're either one of those folks who.
And that's why I got to say, because I said so. See, that's me. I'm like, I'm not going to just let everything go, It's like we have to be intentional, but anything kind of goes these days, So I'm not shocked by it.
I hate saying that. I don't really care.
Yeah, see, that's what
yeah, that's my point.
well, I mean,
The only reason why I talk about it or know anything about it because it was on the TV, but ultimately,
I'm gonna let it figure itself out because I mean, like, to care about it, you could care about it too much, right? I mean, like, it shouldn't. How many hours would you devote to like knowing about Jussie Smollett? And
I watched like 10, 15 minutes of it and I was done.
You were done with it, right?
I was done. But like to Ron, I guess like Ron's saying, like, why is this such a, why is it?
Don Juan,
like
you don't care about
such
that?
a big topic?
We don't care, right?
Don't call me Don Juan.
Don
I
Juan
don't.
grits.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't care. But I'm
fascinated.
I'm curious as to why.
You're curious about the fascination.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
you're fascinated
So
about the fascination.
Either we are all just enthralled by this story,
Yeah.
or we're being programmed.
I don't know. I think people care though. Like, I think the American culture cares about somebody not telling the truth.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like they do. And we're going to see if Don, that's what the president is like we're facing there. I mean, this is kind of like where we are, in my opinion. People's word are being put on the line, right? We're hearing a lot of stuff from the White House. There's hearings going on just today, politically speaking. You've got, a lot of lies out there, but people are trying to hold people accountable these days. People are lying to Congress, right? And then at the same time, we have Jussie Smollett, who lied to the community, perceivably lied. I mean, the case still has to go on, but it's kind of strong that people don't believe his story. So did he cry wolf, Ed? I'm just thinking people are trying to hold folks accountable.
Well, he has confessed that. I mean, he has confessed that this was a publicity stunt to try to.
Oh, he did. So he did say it. He did confess.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if he confessed. I thought he was fighting the case.
I thought he was going to trial.
Yeah, I don't know if he confessed because I know when they
Can we Google it? Can we Google it?
Thing they said that he pleaded not guilty.
Matt,
right?
Matt, jump on in.
No, you can shake your head or not, or jump on it if you feel like. Are you Googling stuff?
Hit us with some stats.
I got to get the updates because then my feeling might adjust here.
Microphone, Matt. Stats.
I'm still reading. Hold on.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for doing this.
I just want the people to know you're here. I just want them to know you're here.
Always having our back.
According to the news article that I'm looking at here from CNN, he paid $3,500 to the two gentlemen, and the motive that he had was to show that because he's a black gay actor, being himself, he deserved a raise from Fox.
Well, what does that? I mean,
he believed that he should be paid more for putting his persona out forward like that, so he staged this to get a raise from Fox for being specifically targeted on hate.
So isn't that dumb? I mean, that's dumb.
Now, what I'm trying to find is, it was my so I shot Ron a note to his phone here that he confessed, but I have to actually now find the proof that he
confessed. All right, way to go. There it is.
I mean, I know this could be.
It's coming out.
That's so dumb. I can't. It's somebody like
you
that's
gotta
dumb.
shoot your shot.
That's so dumb. Like to me, that's just the
wild.
dumbest. Like
I don't understand it.
I
don't understand.
He wasn't. I don't know, man.
But who's dumb, man? We spent a week dissecting this.
It's good. It's good TV.
We spent a week dissecting this stupidity.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Who's really dumb?
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Is he gonna have to serve some time?
I don't know. I guess I don't know.
If you confess, I guess you got to do the charges.
See, he's saying confess.
He's looking.
Last time I heard on TV,
they say he's looking up to 3 years.
See, I always go to what's going to happen next. So, like, if you confess to a crime, then
But there are more important crimes.
Yes.
Okay, so
there are more important crimes in the city of Chicago. In the city of Chicago alone.
Hey, look,
to be worried about, let alone the national media to be worried about.
He's fighting it.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's hired a defense team.
That's right. I thought he was fighting. Yep.
So there we go.
Bad information, my bad.
No, all good, man. We're just trying to stay current. That's why we got Google.
He's fighting it.
It's great.
Yes, but regardless of the motive,
I don't believe him.
I don't believe nobody believes.
I want to see what comes out.
He got attacked for being black or being gay or being.
I gotta see the real facts.
Anything
they staged
really
the crap
happened.
out of that though. Like
really
Chicago police.
But again, why am I talking about this? Why are we like?
It's hot topics.
My man took a crap, and we like sifting through it. Why are we sifting through it?
Because we feel like it's connected to us.
It's a distraction.
No, but we feel a type of way about it a little bit.
Do we really?
Do we?
Because I don't feel like he represents me. I don't feel like.
So you don't think it's bad for the culture?
This has any impact on me? No.
I think this is just another person not telling the truth.
I honestly think that this whole thing is kind of. I mean, we had a week of shock, right, or whatever shock value, but I honestly think that because of the times that we're in now, I don't think anybody. In a matter of a week, I don't think anybody cares. I haven't really heard too much about it in the past few days.
I was on World Star. I mean, people are roasting him. Like, it's jokes. He's getting these jokes.
It's funny now, but
there was a lot of people who actually like had his back off trust too. Like when it first kind of popped out there, you have all the folks kind of like out there in front, hey, leave him alone. And I'm like, wait a minute, maybe we should listen more.
I don't know. To go to what Ron was saying, talking about why are we even talking about it? I mean,
because it was on Bossip, man.
Yeah, this is our culture. I mean, this is what we feed off. This is like.
So here's the challenge. Here because we said so. Here's the challenge. When you are, like we said in the intro, prepare to be fed. when you are being fed information, you should be conscious of the intent of the person feeding you information, or the source feeding you information, not even person.
Yeah, that'd be good to
Source
do, but
feeding you information.
yeah.
And then be intentional about the type of information that you are willing to take in.
So
Because we all agreed that this was a useless story. You know, we all agreed that this was not worth delving into, right? But we've spent 25 minutes breaking it down.
Yeah, I mean, to the best I can, because I haven't paid attention to a lot of it. I just heard the initial story.
So what I'm saying is, it's easy to get sucked down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
You know, it's easy to say, oh, I'll just have one Girl Scout cookie, two Girl Scout cookies, and then you clear out that whole row.
Hey,
and
bro,
then you clear out half a tray. Then you clear out the tray.
Yeah, we could have just said next.
Yeah, no, but we illustrated a point. That's
Absolutely.
So
that's
I'm
I'm
good with it.
Yeah, I have a lot of other things that I say next to, like next with what's really going on, right?
Right. So
what else happened for the culture though? I don't think that was for the culture. Like for the Jussie Smollett.
It got the biggest reaction out of the culture. And there's a lot of memes and jokes about this that messed up Black History Month, blah, 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 blah.
Are people being conscious because of this? I mean, does this raise consciousness?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Even on the in the face of what happened, does it cause people to like think about what happened and like, do we all learn from this?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
So there's nothing can be gained.
This is not. There's no grits in this. Absolutely no
next.
grits. No nourishment.
No, this is pure fluff. This is just straight. This is straight Cool Whip. Just straight sour.
You probably get more from Cool Whip than
straight sour
from
cream.
this.
Yeah. Just.
Have you noticed any of like the folks in the culture who are serious people commenting on this news?
No, a lot of
I'm
people
gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look more. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
more.
there are a lot of people rushing to his defense.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people just kind of saying, I don't know, this doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
And then, but what I saw after he was arrested and all of that, I saw a lot of people, I'm so mad at him. I'm so angry at him. I'm blah, 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 blah. And
they were in their feelings because they felt connected.
So they watch Empire.
I think they're feeling connected some way. We don't, but like there are people out there who actually like, oh my goodness, Jussie, why are you doing this? You're making me and everybody else feel bad. Do you think there are people who feel like that? That's why they're in his corner so much, or do you feel like they're in his corner just because they feel like they should be in somebody's corner?
I don't know.
I think people feel like they're supposed to have a reaction.
Okay, so they do
to whatever's big in the news or whatever is going on.
So just having a reaction is a thing.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. That's not yeah. There are people who are intentional about their reaction just to have it. It's like they define it.
But to me, that's a lack of intention.
Interesting.
It's actually you just
moving with the
yeah.
All right.
You waiting on the world to feed you.
Instead of seeking.
Yeah.
I get it.
Or feeding the world.
Absolutely. There it is.
That's why we Grits and Glory. We feed the world. We feed the world.
That's the new one. That's the one. We feed the world.
We feed the world. Prepare to be fed.
Make a t-shirt. You got to make that t-shirt.
We feed the world.
We feed the world.
So okay,
Nice.
so Spike was the last good point at for the culture. I think we could say.
We keeping score.
No, I mean,
I mean, that was cool. That was cool.
what else? What else out there happening?
I couldn't tell you. I know. I feel like so unknowledgeable right now. I apologize, folks. Just I don't know.
It's all good.
I don't know.
Well, this is not a pop culture,
Pop culture is instant.
Yeah. We just.
Well, in regards to all the stuff that we're talking about, is it when we say for the culture, like, I'm not trying to switch any topics or anything like that. Like
good.
when we say it's for the culture, they won the awards, it was for the culture. Like, what does that mean? Is it for the? I don't know. Sometimes I have not necessarily a problem with it, but it's like, okay, I understand the idea, but it's for the culture, but we don't know, like, I don't know, our culture.
That's what I love it. That's why I'm using the term just as it is, because it is. It's. I think I feel good about it if it happens for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Spike Lee needs an award.
That's good. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good for the culture, the overall culture.
But what do you mean we don't know the culture?
What I'm saying, like,
I don't
know. I'm saying, and I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, like, the term is very. I think now it's just very loosely
for
used.
the culture. For the culture, it's very generic.
It's very generally used.
Yeah, because I think sometimes hip hop culture is blended in with black culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, with Joe Budden and Breakfast Club and all of those, I feel like what they do is hip hop culture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, when you say it, I think is the individual's perception of what they feel something is.
Sure,
because you're not defining it. It's not. It has no definition. You just know it, or you figure or factor it is what you think it is.
The majority defines. I feel like the majority defines.
So we're defined the majority of who?
People.
Like, are you talking about like Caucasians? The majority?
No, if we're talking about black culture and hip hop culture, we're talking about the majority of black people define what is black culture.
But there's not even any polls out there. Like, no, we don't even know. We don't have it. We just feel it, right?
Right.
There's no real stats backing any of this, right? That's why we have to be. That's why it's because we said so.
It's absolutely because we said so.
That's why. The answer is because we said so, man.
Because we said so. Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah. I forgot.
You see how I got us back there? It's because we said so, bro. Hey, don't try to figure it out. It's not.
That was nice.
Okay.
Nice.
You're right.
No, but it's just I think it's an issue. It's an issue with wait a minute.
I guess I guess I'm thinking as I'm talking, but when Spike Lee won the awards and all the other artists that won the awards, that it was for the culture. I guess I'm kind of going to the whole idea like everything is for the culture. What do you? I don't know. What is important? First of all, like what is that? And what do you think is more important for us than to have like for the culture, meaning like our future, or for the culture that a lot of us don't really know, which is like our past.
Okay,
so I guess that's a long question.
No, that's a great question.
That's a great question.
I think it's a shallow level and a deeper level.
Mm.
So the shallow level, we always do levels here at Grits and Glory, levels and tiers. The shallow level is that you just want to congratulate someone of your own, see someone of your own win,
right?
And celebrate that. You get so few wins, or there's so many things that you are inundated with that create the message that you're losing or you're inferior. So you just celebrate that.
But is that somebody who looks like you or you feel looks like you?
Yes.
But see, even that's kind of subjective.
What do you mean?
Because, if you identify with that person or your own, that your family, right?
No, but I mean like black.
Like black people.
Yes.
So if you see another person that you think of, you're black and you see another black person, you feel good.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's no stats backing that. You know what I mean?
No.
I think that's what you're kind of looking for, Ed.
Well,
you're like,
you can't.
How do we know what the culture is?
No, but then
no.
But then the deeper level the deeper level of it is that it's acceptance. It's acceptance from the culture that doesn't accept you.
Wow, that is deep,
let
bro.
you in all the time. And that deeper level is the part that makes you not want to appreciate it. That deeper part is what makes you not want to.
Why would you say that though? Because maybe it's pain in there.
Yes, because I should be accepted. I should be accepted from
no
the
matter
gate
what,
because I'm your equal. Not because, you just like you're feeling charitable this year and you decide to. Like going back to our original point, is this Spike Lee's best movie? Probably not. But it was just like, you know what?
it's most up to date.
This is a good one. Spike had it. Was it the best movie? I didn't watch I don't know. What are all the movies it was up against? Was it the best movie out of the movies it was up against?
It's definitely not a favorite of mine. It doesn't.
It's not your
I'm just
favorite.
I'm saying against the movies it was up against.
I don't even.
I don't even know the other.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even.
So, quick producer's note:
Yes, sir.
It won Best Adapted Screenplay. It did not win Best Film.
Oh,
Okay.
Best Adapted Screenplay.
Yeah, best film was Green
Best
Book,
film was
wasn't
Green
it?
Book.
Yeah.
and
Best
a lot of
film.
people are arguing that's the worst best film of a long, for
What's
a long
Green
time.
Book?
What's Green Book?
Green
You know,
Book. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't
about the
know
Green
too
Book.
much about it.
So all right, but see, Green Book
It's commercial.
fits, like kind of like on some Driving Miss Daisy type. I don't have to
That's
see.
the argument. That's
I don't
the
have to
argument
see
right there.
Green Book.
Yeah, Ron.
But there's always
that is the argument.
Yeah.
It's literally just 2018's Driving Miss
Right.
Daisy, and of course it won.
right. So there's always like
Except they reversed it because
There's
it was
always
the
like
black guy getting driven.
right, but he's still like a magic Negro. You know what I mean? But the white guy is still like the hero
And the
because the white guy has the change of heart.
were they both
and
based
becomes
on
the hero.
actual accounts?
Yeah, this is a true story.
Yeah.
Okay,
True
so
story.
that might be something that makes our
Yeah.
argument a little bit. What if it was just?
But it's always
fictional
like a movie
satire?
about like one white guy that like learns to love black people and then like
What
that
if that's
makes
the
him-
reality, Ron? I don't know. Is that the reality?
yes,
It's like a theme in every from
it's
Jack.
like a handful.
Hey, Die Hard,
It keeps the so
Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, right?
but back to so the deeper level is
It's pain.
the deeper
It's
level is
uncomfortable.
I win this Oscar because you decided to let me in this time.
Wow.
But I could have won. There are so
Yes,
many
yeah.
Oscars I could have missed out on.
Didn't
But you just decided to let me in. But the Oscars, you could say that the Oscars in that so that's why I have an issue. Like we talked about a while back when I used to do my Black History Month, I was doing my daily Black History thing, and it was like most of the research I was doing, it was always like first Black this, first Black that, and it was always like he had to fight and go to the Supreme Court to be allowed to be the first Black seamstress.
There was always the first, the pioneers.
Yeah, and then they got beat by the KKK, and it's all, and they always died penniless, and and it's like
Right.
it's like why I'm sure there were plenty of illegal Black seamstress or whoever doing the skill before this person, but this person was the first recognized and accepted in, and it's
Yeah.
like why am I celebrating? I'm not celebrating my achievement. I'm celebrating you accepting me.
So okay. So it's not a win for you?
It's
Is it complicated?
It's complicated. So that's why. So it's on one level, it's a win.
Oh man.
On another level,
You're right, it's complicated.
On another level, you feel a certain type of way about
Yeah.
the win. You don't feel good about.
I think Spike is an icon for black people, and I think he's a symbol for
Absolutely.
me. So I think that is why it's significant for me. But at the same time, Ron, I do get that just because he gets an award, final recognition for something that's not even something that you would herald as his like best work, and it's against something that's very vanilla. It's like a offhand, like a slight in complimenting you. It's like giving you a compliment but slighting you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not genuine, and that's your issue with it.
Yeah, that's always under the surface. of any of
but
these.
you can see
any
both
of these type of situations.
So you're like,
Yeah.
this is good for us, but I
Yeah.
feel this way.
So this is why. Look, this is why if you look at it, most artists, they are very gracious and humble and thankful, and emotionally overwhelmed their first award, whether it be a Grammy or an Oscar or what, and then, but by their second or third award or their next award show, they're getting up on the speech talking about how it's bull.
Well, okay.
Like I think he
Like
was talking
who?
about
Like
Drake.
who?
Didn't Drake recently was at the Grammys and said, yeah.
I think he gave a pretty good speech.
I saw what he was trying to do, but it was like,
It's in the moment, right?
yeah.
I mean, I didn't see any cue cards up there.
But what I'm saying is, it's like you want that surface happiness. You want that recognition. You want the recognition
Everybody likes
for
that.
the hard work that you've done. You want to be everyone.
Don't
wants to
you
be
as an artist?
recognized? Yes, every artist wants to be recognized for their craft.
Okay,
So you want that surface.
right.
So you scratch that itch. Once you get that surface, now it's like on the deeper level. You're like,
But I want you to appreciate me for
right.
me.
I want you to respect me on the same. I want you to evaluate me on the equal playing field.
That's interesting, man.
I want you to evaluate me on an equal playing field.
Hey, did you listen to Spike's speech?
No.
Okay.
I didn't watch the Oscars.
Okay. So yeah, I see what you're saying, but I think he got attention from the president or the sitting president because and it was considered like racist. But when I listened to it, it was more of like a very positive, let's band together, very positive speech, with giving nods to people who have, where the country needs to go. It was like a let's come together,
Mm-hmm.
And so I know you believe Spike probably feels kind of the way you do, but like he gave a speech that was like, okay, I'm here. I'm great. I'm appreciative. And now let's come together. It didn't sound bitter.
Right. Because it's his first one.
Do you think he sold out because
No,
he didn't keep it
no.
real?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't sell out. He's being a human being
All right.
and enjoying that.
So he's
first one.
recognizing the moment, but you're saying,
Yes.
I'm noting that that's there
Yeah.
because it's always going to be there.
Yeah. He knows it's there. He
knows
but
it's there.
He's playing the game. Like, he's like, all right, I've played, and he, this is not by coincidence. He humbled some of his attitude and rhetoric, so that he could, I think so he could be a little more accepting to the Academy and be a little more in the good graces of the Academy. And, he deserved it. He earned it. He'll get it. But if he would ever win another Oscar or honorary Oscar, I think he would be much more freer. I think he would probably be a little bit more critical in that acceptance speech. SB's gonna, make a move for us real quick. Make a move and be back. So,
All right.
so yeah, so that's, to me, that's the two levels, and it's interesting. It's complicated.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, I guess it's kind of going to the idea in regards to, just like, I guess, like as Sean B was talking about in terms of like, people were doing, they want it for the culture, and it's like, I don't know. I guess I was looking at, well, what is the culture? You know what I mean? What is the culture? How is that good for the culture? And is it I might be making this more complex than it really is, but just, do we get more from like building off of these things, or can we get more from learning about, our past, like beyond slavery, and learning about our history, like that culture, like, it's, I don't know. I might be going kind of in so many different directions. So many different thoughts with that.
Well, we can't. Can we do both?
We can, but it just doesn't. But I think we're more towards I guess the culture of now, or at least in our, from what we say, when people say for the culture, when people say like Sean B, when people say for the culture, what do you think people are thinking about more of like the future, the present, or are you thinking about like the past? Like in regards to like the culture, they're doing this. This is for the culture. We're making it for. In fact, maybe this is the reason. We're making it for our ancestors or something. Like so, this is for the culture. The culture represents the ancestors. So when we say for the culture, it's like this is for the ancestors because
I think that's how I understand it.
Understand it? Okay.
That's how I understand it, but I don't know, if
that's really
if that's a.
So you think when you say for the culture, you think it's for the ancestors?
I think it's for the past, the present, and the future.
Past, present, and future.
Absolutely. So we are building towards the future
for everybody black, basically,
and for everybody non-black too.
For the culture. So you mean for the culture of the world?
Absolutely. For your local culture, for your neighborhood culture, for your family culture, for your culture. For how
that's just everything.
I thought that when they say it's for the culture, they're saying it's for like black culture.
Yeah, because we are culture. Black culture is the culture. I don't feel like this is how I see it. I don't feel that me feeling like black culture definitely exists. That's what I feel. But we haven't found a way to quantify it or to define it to see it.
Like, okay, this is black culture. This is black,
Okay. Now, I think, Ron, you feel like, because you speak with a lot of certainty about the we's and what we don't do and what we will do. And I'm like, well, what percentage of those we's? Who are we? We don't even have data that supports what we think we do and what we don't do. But I know that we do the things that we bring up, we think we do. It's just like, how do you define it? No, but how do you define it? It's like, we call black people black, and you talk black, you act black. We got all these different understandings about our particular so-called black culture. But like, to your point, you're like, who is the culture and where is it at?
Or where is it going?
Right, but
where is it going?
But I guess SB, when you're listening to music, and you start dancing, right? Or you just two-stepping, you just moving.
Yeah.
How do you know you're on beat?
I feel it.
So we may not have defined the culture,
but we can feel it.
You feel it.
I know, but I'm not saying that feeling it doesn't exist. I'm saying that you can qualify it, but you can't quantify it.
No, you can't. Everything can't be quantified.
Okay, then let's just. Some people only think things exist if you can.
Well, I feel like that's a big criteria for you. Like you need.
Well, I think it matters. Why the
stats?
But look, check this out. You know why the census even exists?
No.
It's because in this government, we understand that the land is the people's, right? So everybody who is here counts for ownership of that plot of public land, and you have to be accounted for appropriation, for resource appropriation. It comes down to some data. But at the same time, culture is boundless. I don't believe it's bound by numbers, I think it's tracked, maybe. We don't even track our said culture well. We can't answer when you go from being African to actually being legitimately African American and saying, I'm not, I have Ghanian and I have roots. Like you, Ron, you have roots. You have African roots that where you come from, but you're still African American. And I'm like, well, if you know your roots like Ed knows his roots, why wouldn't you take the same approach or understanding Ed has? Ed, when does it end? Did maybe your great grandchild become African American?
Well, I think
You see, how do you define that? It's a crazy question. Well, I don't want to get too deep, but I think it's fair.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy. Go ahead.
I know. I was just gonna say. I think I was thinking about it earlier. Like, when you posed that question on Facebook, Ron, I was like, I see myself as in every space. I'm everything. I am American, right? I was born in America.
It sounds like my take on the culture.
I'm African American. I guess in many ways, one, right? I'm African American because of my descendants from Africa. I was born in America.
You from Philly,
but. but
you are not from Africa.
I'm African. I'm Ghanaian.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just all. It's all I don't know.
Right, you see what I did there? That was
an
an ode to Spike right there.
Right.
I am from Detroit, Motown.
He does yelling. But no, I don't.
I know,
think
Ron.
yours is
I
pretty
know.
clear, man. I don't think you're like. I think you're a Ghanaian American.
Ghanaian, or I'm African. But I mean, I'm African American, right?
So, but your lineage, are they going to always be Ghanaian?
Listen,
I gotta know how to say it.
We have to say African American,
right?
Right. You don't have to.
But you don't have to. No, you know you come from Togo.
No. 20 something % of me comes from comes from the Cameroon, Congo, and Bantu people's region. Those are three different. Wait, stay with me. Those are 3 different countries that are all right next to each other. That's 23% of me, and then the next 17, 18% of me comes from Togo. It says Togo, Benin, and those are 2 countries, and they're right next to each other. So I don't have a definitive. That's only that's 40%.
But why would he?
I don't have a definitive.
Are you 100%?
He's 100% Ghanaian.
You're 100%. Are you 100%? Did you do your blood lineage?
I did do my lineage.
And you're 100%.
Well, it says I'm 50-50, but it makes sense. Oh. It makes pretty much 50-50. Oh. It makes sense though. Kind of going what?
Please make it make sense.
So
you're 50%.
Ghana is Ghana today, right? But it wasn't always Ghana. It was
why? Because people move.
It was the British Gold Coast.
You're right.
Don't ask me. I honestly couldn't say. Like, so you have all these general areas.
Colonize us.
Yes.
Colonize us.
So you have Ivory Coast, Ghana, Benin, Togo, Nigeria. They're all in the same general area, all in that part of West Africa. Yeah. So
West Side.
In my breakdown was 50% Ivory Coast and Ghanaian, or from Ivory Coast and Ghana, and the 49% was Benin, Togo. Now, geographically, it makes total sense to me because if everybody's from that land, if they're just broken up by tribes and not necessarily there were no countries, the numbers make total sense. Ghana is right next to Benin and Togo.
But what I'm saying, you have mixed genealogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
and so do you, Ron. So that's my point.
In that particular breakdown,
I'm breaking it down. I don't want to in another particular breakdown. I'm just trying to break it down the same.
That's the ancestry breakdown.
That's his ancestry DNA.
That's my ancestry DNA breakdown.
But both his parents are Ghanaian,
right?
Are Ghanaian, so he's 100% Ghanaian.
I don't get it.
See, he didn't even have to take the DNA test.
I don't get it because it's a mixed genealogy. Right. He knows his nationality,
but
his nationality is actually American.
But his parents' nationality is an ethnic nationality.
Do they have dual citizenship?
I
want to know.
Yeah, I think they do.
Ron, you're trying to dismiss this like it doesn't matter, but it does. You're like, no, nationality does not mean culture or ethnic group. I'm like, I don't think it does, but you gotta why wouldn't you be able to say Togo if you knew where your gene pool came from, connected to a culture?
He's saying he's not from Togo.
So you're American culture, whatever that is.
Yeah. So listen,
what is American culture
in Africa?
What is American culture?
Hold on, stay with me. In Africa,
this is good.
Your ethnicity and your nationality
is what
are merged. They're the same.
Why? Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Because Africa is a continent that is full of a bunch of countries. So it's not like we don't walk around saying we North American.
Everybody in Africa has African ancestry. Correct?
We don't walk around saying we North American. We say we're American because North American includes us and Canada. But we don't think Canada's not part of us.
We're from the United States of America.
We're from the United States of America. So just like if you're from Togo, you're not from Ghana.
Yeah, you have a flag.
And you're not from Zimbabwe.
We have a flag, right?
Right.
But why? What helps you carry that flag? Is it your genealogy, or is it just the way you do things, or your locational, where you were born?
It's both.
It's all of that.
It's both. Yes, it's both. So
except for you, Ron. You being as a Black American, you're just Black.
Yeah. Yes.
You're just of not what.
Right.
You don't know
what
you're
separated from. Yes.
But you are American.
Yes.
That's your nationality.
That's my nationality. But
you don't know your ethnicity.
But in America, ethnicity is separate from nationality.
What is your ethnicity?
That's what makes America America. My ethnicity is I'm black.
By way of Africa?
Yes, all black people. All black people are black by way of Africa.
That's my point. Like, so is Ed.
He's black by way of Ghana.
Oh, where is that at?
It's in Africa.
Okay, so he's an African American, basically, right?
I mean, and maybe that's
That's what I'm getting back to.
But maybe that's the way. I mean, that's a construct of the way it is in our society. You know, I see where Ron is coming from.
I don't.
Yeah, I see where you're saying, because you know, and I see where you're both coming from. Yeah, I do see myself as African American because Ghana is in Africa. But in many different spaces, I can see African American.
Hold on.
But he's saying, you know, I don't have to do that because
Right.
I know that my parents are from Ghana. I don't have to do that.
But
Right.
are you of that culture?
Yes.
I grew up in the culture. Because even though I was born here, even though I go to school and I did everything here, my household wasn't an American household.
When does that stop, though?
So that's what gives him. You got dual citizenship. So let me adjust.
That's what I'm saying.
You have
Hey.
dual citizenship. So you are a Ghanaian American and an African American. What
You're
makes
an
you
African American.
But hold on. What makes you
Double African.
what makes you an African American is that you grew up here in Philadelphia.
You're an American black, right?
That's what makes you an African American.
Could I call you an American black?
But your parents' lineage and culture is what makes you a Ghanaian American. It's just you're like the Gullah and the Geechee.
Right.
Ron.
Like the Gullah and the
Ron,
Geechee.
can I call him a black American?
But
Can I call him a black American?
of course you can. Of course you can. But here's
Matt
the thing.
can't call him a black American.
Of course Matt can.
Okay.
Well, as long as Matt
African
keeps,
American.
as long as Matt keeps his B and L together tight.
You told
Black.
Matt's folks to say African American.
I did. I want white folks to say African American.
I can call him a black American.
You sure can. Now,
We're just getting the laws down.
but here's the thing: would someone that was Gullah or Geechee, because they're also African American,
Geechee.
would they also refer to themselves as African American? I would think that no. I would think that they would think that was like a step
Say it.
down.
Oh my goodness.
Or a downgrade to call themselves African American. They would be so proud to represent their Gullah Geechee heritage, that tradition that they've been carrying on, that it'd be an adamant point to stress that lineage.
I think that, and I don't know
because
I
they
don't
thought
know
it was a
anybody.
step down.
I don't know anybody. I don't personally know anybody who is of Gullah heritage.
I met a Gullah brother.
Did you?
When I was in
I meant to ask you about that.
Yeah,
That
when
sounds
I
like
was
a
down
rap
in and we're gonna get ready to wrap up here. But when I was
Gullah
down
brothers.
when I was down in around Christmas break, family went to Hilton Head, and then we went down to Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down to Savannah, and they have there's a large Gullah population, and they do they stand out on the street and they do these. There's a plant. I think it's palm. I think it's a palm leaf. It's a plant that they transported over from Africa, and it has these special leaves, and they can make dolls and baskets and weave. They weave things out of it, and so there's a brother standing out there, selling his wares. Yeah, and
That's black.
and I had to, I had to chop it. Me and my dad got to
That's
chop.
definitely black.
Me and my dad got to chopping it with him for probably about 20, 25 minutes.
That's black too.
That's when he educated me on the two-bob.
The what?
On two-bob.
Is that the black? What is that? Come on.
Two-bob. So for those of you that read Roots or watch Roots, this was in Roots too. So two-bob is their definition for Caucasians. They call them the two-bob.
Two-bob.
And if you look it up on Urban Dictionary, like
What are you talking about?
two-bobbery is the action of swindling or stealing from people.
Mm.
Is this facts?
This is facts. You can look it up. I'll tell you how to spell it.
But the thing is, how is this making your point though?
TOUBAB, because that was his the original West African language. And in Roots, Kizzy and Kunta Kinte refer to their masters and the plantation owners as Tubac.
So you say if you know the native tongue, you were part of the nation. Is that what you're saying? If you know the
They've kept their culture.
No, they keep their culture.
Okay,
and so he would.
they're
So
an
what I'm saying,
identified
he was
folk.
separate. So like there was a point where my stepmom started to try to take a picture of us talking to him, and he was like, "No, please, don't take a picture." You know, like they're a part of his culture is like,
You don't want to get photoed.
don't photograph me.
Right.
You know, I take something from
Probably
that takes something
spiritual.
from me. Yep, spiritually.
Uh-huh.
So he held on very tight to that culture. I mean, he had an accent. He still spoke
So
the
we're
native
double
tongue.
language.
Yeah, he was teaching. He was teaching me different words. Tubob is the one that stuck out.
You remembered that.
Yeah, I did remember because I googled it and I was like, is this real? I looked it up.
It was just
Yep.
real.
So it's on Urban Dictionary. You can look it up.
But okay.
So because he was so adamant, I'm making an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that he would not, like, he did not consider himself the same as me.
He's just an
Sean.
African living in America.
Yes.
He's an American African.
Yes. So like,
Wait a minute.
So I don't think he would. I don't think he
Would it be
refer-
American African though?
I don't think he would refer to himself as
An African
African American.
He would be
No,
what?
that's-
He
that's
would
my
be
assumption.
American African, wouldn't he?
No, he would say I'm Gullah. I'm
What-
Gullah, or I'm Geechee, or whatever.
I'm not
However
from
you
this
describe-
land.
Yeah.
Though has he lived here this
Well,
whole
he's
life?
from. Yeah, he'll probably say like I'm from such and so South Carolina, but I'm
He was born in South
I'm
Carolina.
from such and so Georgia, but I'm Gullah.
Was he?
and
Is
I'm
he an
Gullah.
American?
Yes, he is American.
That's his nationality.
That is his nationality.
But he's Gullah.
Yes, that's
He's
his.
Gullah American.
That's his ethnicity and culture. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this is why we
I think
can't
we
get
fu-
anything done.
I think we put this one to bed.
I think this is why we can't get anything done.
I think I nailed it shut there for you.
Yeah,
there,
I
SB.
mean, I guess I'm about
think
to
I,
research, man. Like
I
this,
think I took care of that for
this
you.
is wild. But has it answered your question, EA? Like, you know, you're still searching for like, well, how do we know the culture is what it is?
Well, I think we answered it.
We went through this.
in regards to like
You're a double
yeah.
African American. You're an African American. You're
You know
double
what?
African.
We should let the people decide.
I just blowing my mind.
Comment. Hit us with a like. Comment. Inbox
Yeah.
us. This.
If
Hit
you
us
think
up.
it's worthy conversation,
and
please
let us know.
Maybe we're just
You know.
No, I think it's a good
talking
question.
in the wrong direction.
You know.
Where do we see? I think it's a good question. What do you? I mean, you.
So the
it was
reason
on
why
thing.
we're
What do you
discussing it because is it discussion worthy, right?
Mhm.
think? Yeah,
It's
I think
not
this-
defined. It's just we're just
Right.
we're seeking to find, right?
Sure. And here's the thing. Bringing it all back home. How can we move forward or progress or evolve without a secure definition and identity, and
Right.
to help focus our intent?
It's up to us.
I agree.
So like we have to be intentional. Like we can't be so lackadaisical about our identity and culture and just be like, oh, we're just gonna feel it out at some point. You know, that's funny. When I didn't like going to EA salsa class because it was
Wait
very
a minute though.
yeah. EA is like a salsa master.
I know,
I'm
but you
not-
just go ahead
I'm
and
not
come
a
out
salsa
with it.
man.
though.
I went to his class and it was way too technical. It was way too technical,
You
and
knew
you
you
had to
wouldn't-
count.
you weren't
had to
supposed to be
count.
there.
You had to count and count your steps, and I just wanted to feel the music
That's his
and
style.
vibe and just feel it.
I'm
right?
not following that. I'm doing my own
I
dance.
wanted to do the step, but I would never get advanced technically if I don't learn the basics, the steps, some of the
Yeah.
technical pieces.
I believe
right?
that. I like that.
Just like you can start fooling around making beats or something like that, but eventually you got to learn a little bit of music theory or a little bit of musical technical things about music or how to read music or so on and so forth.
if you
to-
want to
to
really
advance.
master it.
Yeah, to master and advance it. So, we haven't been intentional about our culture. We have just let our culture just
No, well, look, hold on.
just float and
To
let
me,
it just be
Ed,
what it is.
You're African American because I said so. I'm defining that. I
Okay.
think it's
Right.
if it hasn't been used
Right.
before, you can be double and triple African.
He is
Double
he,
laugh.
he is dual citizen. But the bottom line is, what we do here at Grits and Glory is we're being intentional. Oh my goodness, intentional.
Wow,
About who we are
absolutely.
and about our culture. And this has been an amazing Black Culture Month. And this will be our last pod for Black Culture Month. But we really want you to
This is good for the
celebrate, recognize Black history daily, but continue to celebrate Black culture. Continue to build Black
and
culture.
grow it. Yeah,
And grow it by the second,
and
by the
feel
minute,
it.
by the millisecond, by the millisecond. So, it's episode 20. We got a real nice bonus freestyle for you for those listening on the pod.
Check it.
We appreciate you as always. Appreciate producer Matt. Appreciate SB, and of
Oh,
course the Wise Oak EA. Appreciate you, Captain Hook.
And Juan.
So why don't you go ahead and leave us? Grits and Glory is the pod. What was the other thing we came up with?
The brothers is the squad.
Free. What do we say? Free for the world or
We feed the world.
we feed the world.
We feed the
Grits and
world.
Glory is the pod. We feed the world. And EA go and take us out.
Continue being the best human beings y'all can be.
That's word.
That's it.
We out.
Peace.
What you about to do with this?
Like some old Timberland.
Yeah, this is Timberland. You gonna hit it with some Magnum?
Because we said so.
Hey.
Yeah.
Because we said so.
Yeah.
What?
Because we said so.
Hey. Because we said so.
Because we said so.
Don't make me say it twice. Cause I had to come through nice. And I had to get up from Ginsu, get up the mentor and slice and
Because we
dice.
said so.
Like some Oak Hill beer. Don't bet round, get real. Don't make wine grits, hit you with a hot pot that'll burn you steel.
We said so.
Cause we said so. I don't have to lay low. I know all my people. Born and raised in Toledo.
Because we said so.
But now I'm in a natty. I serve you up gladly.
Nasty.
Your girl call me daddy. And I ain't even say hey. Because we freaking said so. Hey. It's cause we said so. Hey. I'm throwing passes like Drew Bledsoe. Oh. Hey, we said so. Say it, don't spray it. When I come through, I ain't playing. I ain't no delaying. I'll be busting up fools, charging up like a Super Saiyan. I leave all you fools on the ground, just straight on your knees, just praying. Ain't gonna be no delaying. Ain't gonna be no laying down. Put it on the ground. It's gonna be some Bobby filleting. Burn you up real crispy. You can't really get with me. Be real nasty and gory. Word up is Grits and Glory. Episode 20.
Presented to you. Because we said so.
Cause we said so.
That's like high
God
grits.
dang it. Yeah, all right, Fady. Yeah,
That's high grits right there.
That
That's
is.
high grits.
That's fine.